job of the day. I need to check the amount of space that I have to install the batteries. Okay, I start the first battery support for 8 batteries, 8 batteries of 100 ampere hour. It's early of the morning. I'm going a trip from Ubatuba to Angra dos Reis to help Rafa in the electrical part of his boat. It's a beautiful trip. I start the first battery support for 8 batteries, 8 batteries of 100 ampere hour, but I want to install more batteries. First, I need 2 batteries for the engine that is not installed here. Let me show you. Batteries for the engine, it is in this cabinet here, and I want all the batteries in the same location. Okay, my plan is to install the 2 batteries here for the engine, and the engine is here. Okay, the second thing is more battery means more energy available to work. Means we can work in videos, we can work in music and other stuffs. That is high energy requirement on the boat. All the lights is LED lights. We don't expend too much energy on pumps and things like that. Basically, our needs of energy is computers. That's it. First, I need to remove some things from here. You can see have stuff, and then I can remove the floor, and then I can work to find out if I can install more batteries and plan the support for the batteries. It's early of the morning. I'm going a trip from Ubatuba to Angra dos Reis to help Rafa. In the electrical part of his boat. It's a beautiful trip.
We was close to the drones, morning sun still alive. Sent to see you stay
a challenge. A friend from a sailboat, Rapunzel, his name is Alexandre, gave to us this autopilot. It's my challenge right now. Make this autopilot works and work on the boat. I have some challenges because for this size of boat, the driver is not enough for the hydraulic pump. Then I need build another drive to have enough amperage to drive the hydraulic pump driver. But first, I need to be sure that this autopilot is working. What I did, as I have nothing to do, I have free time every time, I took the autopilot and plugged on the 12 volts, the battery of the boat, and made some tests, changing the compass to see if the compass is working, and comparing with a compass that I know that is working, and testing the sensor that senses the position of the rudder and is working, and then check the LEDs, that is the driver that controls the electric motor for the hydraulic driver. And luckily it's working very good. Now, as I tested it's okay, I need do a special driver, because this autopilot can run up to, if I'm not wrong, 10 amps more or less. Yes, about 10 amps, but the hydraulic driver needs about 20. I need to do an external driver that can handle with 20 amps. This part of the Brazilian coast is called the Green Coast. It's a lot of forest. The sea is really close of the forests and have small beaches. It's not long beaches, it's small beaches and rocks in between of the beaches, and it's really, really beautiful. Our plan, when we finish the boat, is travel to many of these places to show you guys how beautiful is this. many names of these places comes from the Tupi-Guarani, the Indians' names, like Ubatuba, the city of Ubatuba. The name means a lot of canoe. Some places like Sununga means noise, is a beach, a very small beach with when cold front comes and the sea is really heavy, the waves is amazing there and make a big noise. Places like Paraty. Pirati is a kind of fish that is typical in this place. Ai means river or water, and Paraty means water of this fish, the fish Paraty. Well, I'm here, Marina Bracqui, Angra dos Reis. I'm here to help Rafa, the guy that did the potholes for us, and I'm helping him to do the freezer and some electrical parts on his boat. Let me show you.
Sometimes I need to choose the way, and mine just pictures left behind. I feel the shells on the skin.
Okay, you can see I removed everything. Now I can remove this battery here that is working for the lights and pumps right now. I need to turn off the battery charger, turn off everything, and then remove the battery, and then I can check the battery support and check what else I can install here, how many batteries I can install here.
I'm running out the time. Rain and sun is all together now. One day I thought that was my way. Just some but things tied on my heart. Memories always drag me down. The signs that clear beside my eyes.
A lot of time, not easy to find the right solution, but if you can see here, I have almost 20 millimeters higher than I need. What I do is two things. I have some wood down here, then I can remove without change the structure, and then I will install here a wood chime to up the floor 10 millimeters. Is almost nothing, but it's enough to have this piece free here, and this will solve the problem. Here I can have 8 batteries. Then here I can have the 2 batteries for the engine. As I checked there, that I can have the batteries that I want and the 2 batteries for the engine. Now here I'll check if I have some more batteries to have more energy storage. easy. I can have more 2 batteries, one here, one here. Means I can have the 8 batteries there. And I can have more 2 here and 2 for the engine. My plan is 2 batteries for the engine, 8 batteries for the 24 volts and 2 batteries for 12 volts. Okay, I'm here on the boat. I'm doing the freezer system, the compressor, the condenser, evaporator, and here is the unit. Half of the support here, polypropylene, and we have the fan here, the condenser, the compressor here, and go to the freezer there. Now it's time to vacuum, and then the gas, and let's see if this works. We hope. The fridge of the Alvini 2 I did. Had a fridge but was not working, and I changed to 12 volts, and Rafa asked me to build a freezer on his boat. I explained him how he need to do the compartment, the place of the freezer, and I did the compressor, the condenser, evaporators, and things like that. Just to have an idea, every freezer or fridge or air conditioner, all of these is something that we call a heat pump. It's not just a heat pump that maybe you guys know as a heat pump to heat water, to heat the swimming pool. The fridge and the air conditioner and the freezer is heat pump too, because this kind of thing remove the heat from one place and send to another place. Is why we call a heat pump. The system is basically a condenser that will condense the vapor, evaporator that will evaporate the liquid, a compressor that will take the vapor, low pressure vapor, and pressurize in a high pressure vapor. The high pressure vapor, when you cool down, will become a liquid. As the water, when you are boiling water, the water becomes a vapor, and when touch some place cold, become a liquid, liquid water. Then in the condenser, the air remove the heat from this vapor, and the vapor becomes a liquid. Then goes to a filter, just to be sure that nothing is going to the restrictor. It's a small pipe, really thin, that block almost all the flow, let just a small flow of this liquid to keep the pressure on the condenser side, and the liquid flow very slowly to the evaporator. And the evaporator, the pressure is low, and the liquid evaporates, removing the heat. That goes to the compressor. The compressor took the low pressure vapor and sent a high pressure vapor to the condenser. And that's the cycle. Some boats have a water condenser. It's a small pipe outside of the boat that change heat with the water and condense the vapor, the hot vapor, to become a liquid. This works better and have more energy efficiency. But life grows in this pipe. If you don't clean every time, the refrigeration system stops to work well and the energy consumption grows. What I did is make a large condenser, much bigger than the usual, to have almost the same efficiency of the water heat exchanger and avoid the life growing and the high maintenance that needs in the water condenser. And it's working well. It's working really well. I just talked with Rafa and it's working really well. The energy consumption is really low and the freezer are working well. Hope keeps working for many time.